Due to a power outage and inability to upload, I'm going to remash this up and it'll be a Monday and Tuesday video. This cat has got to stop doing schedules. Every time I start to put a little schedule together and project how things are going to go, crew doesn't show up. We're down 3 people today. Anyway, I'm going to go show you the house here. Okay, so this room, the master bedroom, it has to be the focus. As explained yesterday, we have guys coming in to put the main big sliding glass door in the front tomorrow, and on Wednesday the tiling guys come in. So this bedroom has to be done. So the guys have sanded 2 walls, I think, and now they can start getting the second coat on. And we will focus on the bedroom and then this wall and the wall behind us so that the window guys can do their thing. It's been very handy having these cows come on here to keep all these grasses down. You can see what happens with our neighbor's place. They have goats, but they don't keep moving them around, so it's becoming a bit of a jungle over there. We've got a very happy crew, guys, but we blew it in one area: money. We have been paying these guys a fair wage. Okay, there's no question about that. There's a website out there that tells you about tipping when you go travel and all of this sort of thing. Now, unfortunately, that's saved on my computer back home and I don't have it here. But it does outline what is a fair wage, and it even broke down the Philippines as to what a fair wage is in each region. And so, you know, we're doing that. So they're not unhappy because there's a lot of the oligarch types here, the locals. They don't pay the Filipinos well at all. I'm sorry, there's guys over here that are making these guys do construction for 200 pesos a day. They got to take the money, right? Sometimes they just got to take the money. But that's not right. They do have legislation here, guys. The minimum wage is supposed to be 400. Anyway, but if you don't complain and you're living a happy life, you kind of deserve what you get, right? But here's our problem. We started advancing. There was always a birthday, there was always somebody getting sick, and we, you know, wanted a happy crew, all that stuff, but we blew that one area. We should have turned around and said, no advancing, nothing. We're going to pay you twice a week. That's the key. Pay them twice a week. There's always going to be money going home on the weekend, all that type of stuff, because I suspect what's happening now, in retrospect, the guys are probably telling their wives they're only getting paid 200 a day, because the amount of energy drinks and Boko juice that these guys are buying on their breaks is crazy. And in a couple of occasions buying booze, which when they do that and they're a little drunk, I make them scoop Anapog and I make them move soil. Those. I'm not getting them hurt using power tools and stuff. I'll just, you know, pretend that this is 1977 when I went to work and we had one fellow that used to show up a lot and we had to pull him away from managers and stuff and hide him and all sorts of things. Anyway, but that's my suggestion, guys. Manage the crew's money for them in so much as maybe just pay them twice a week and be done with it. But don't advance. Now we've got some crew angry with us, and that's not fair for us. And maybe it's not fair for them, because we as Westerners can't turn around and say, well, they should know better, because too many of us Westerners have to retire somewhere else because we never managed our money either. There was always a new truck to buy, right? Always a new truck to buy. They made it too easy. Something that we've come to discover lately, because we've been getting quotes for the soffits and the ceiling with the spandrel, which is a metal, guys. And so now we've rescheduled the tiler. He's actually happy about that. He sort of mentioned it, but didn't really at the same time. But he's okay. He's going to move it. So, but unfortunately, all the tiles have arrived. That's okay. It's in a nice central location out of the way. and we will cover this all up, and none of the guys can put the tools here anymore. But we've kind of learned a little lesson here, and maybe it's something you guys might want to investigate. So these local guys that come out from wherever to do their various quotes, they're trust me, they're all just hoping to hit a home run. They really are. Now we've had a local company here. We went in, we said, look, this is what we keep running into. What are your labor rates? Oh, well, we still contracted out. And I said, okay, but let's get all this costed out. So get this, guys. The quote that we had, it's not apples and oranges, but it sort of is. It gives you a reflection. To skim coat our entire house here, we still had to buy the material. 130,000 pesos. That means that's all labor, guys. That's all labor. Okay, maybe a little bit of materials cost on their side. Maybe they rent some staging, whatever they're doing, right? But that's not the point. The point is the cost to do our entire soffits and our entire ceiling. The labor component was 70,000 pesos. Sorry, but the putty is like a 5-day process. We are going to put in driveway matting for our fence. Now, before you turn around and say, it's a ladder, they could still climb over it, just take a little breath. We didn't even know that you could buy driveway matting here. And so I apologize. A fellow has asked us, how much did it cost to put down our slab? Lynn is still breaking out some of those costs, guys, as best she can. But honestly, if we'd have found driveway matting, we wouldn't have put 10 and 12 mm bar in our driveway, right? And then build a fence with that all the way down for the matting. And the upside from our perspective is, if the neighbor decides that they want one of these Great Walls of China put in, that's fine. Our fence is up. Our fence will now be shadowed, and now we can grow things on that matting. We've seen some wonderful vertical gardens here. And I'm talking flowers and stuff like that, right? Seen some wonderful vertical gardens using this driveway matting. We're going to be putting barbed wire along the top. Everybody, even the barangay captain, says, and so I'm not happy about it, guys. I don't like it at all. But when in Rome, that's what we're going to do. And we're going to complete this house project to a very good, logical end. I think we're going to cook in at about 1.2 million pesos for this. And, is that more than what we expected? Yeah, but we've also done a number of things that, other builds haven't done in our, quest to, build a future that is not only about land, it's not only about house, it's also about a business and, moving things forward in life. And that's what Lynn has been about right from the time she was a child, telling her siblings to go brush their teeth, and, driving home the reason to save, driving home that she paid for a lot of the schooling and such to happen and move the family forward.
What is that?
I said, you still, I hear quite often, Ma, Ma, and you know that she's telling her mom what to do.
Yeah. But the thing is, you survived. He survived for 3 months without going to the theater. He survived. He is still alive.
Lynn's giving me a look like, travel? No, that means spend money.
I know, he's spending money again. We just spend money.
And plan some trips. I keep getting that look, guys. Later, Gators. It is ugly today. Oh, same as yesterday. Okay. we got a quote to do all the soffits and all the ceilings, and this one had the labor component of 70,000 pesos. Now, can you imagine? That's a lot of work. That's a lot of work. There's going to be some welding on here. There's going to be this and that, and you know, anyway. And yet the guys that came to give the putty quote, which we will be done in about, let's say 7 days, wanted 45 days to putty and wanted 130,000 pesos. I'll let you guys do the math on that one. Insane in the membrane. Victor, Joseph, we need to focus on that wall today because the glass people will come to do this wall. I've been focusing on this wall because there's a number of imperfections in it, and also farting around the electrical. We have told the tile guy not to come this week because the ceiling people can get started right away. And for obvious reasons, then we can leave the staging on the floor and we don't have to do any extra protecting. And he was not unhappy about that. Same with here, Lynn.
Yeah.
Okay. That's going on really nice, guys. Probably can't see it so well, but on the bottom it's, you know, there's no gray mark showing through, similar to what Victor is dealing with now, which is all of that. Very cool. Emok has got a handle on the sanding, so we've got him going through and just kind of marking low spots or bumps. And then there's the electrician who says to us, well, we'll just put masking tape around all the fixtures and then you can putty up against it. Every electrician in the world says the same thing. Every drywall and mudder says, go pound sand. It's about to get hot and busy here, guys.
Yeah.
So we're not going to show you the house at the end of the day. I'll do it right now because the window guys are a little bit late.
Not really a little bit. It's afternoon already. We're expecting them at 10 a.m. and then now it's almost 2 o'clock.
But in their defense,
And they're still on the way.
we found out that their metal
Still
matting,
yeah.
and their angle bar is actually cheaper. So we ordered it from them.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway, that delivery should be arriving very soon here. I'm going to take you into the house and give you an update on the... Oh, I got plaster all over my shirt.
Yeah.
She loves doing my laundry, don't you? Okay, let's go inside. We have not been able to do anything on the outside. We've just really had 2 days of either drizzle or rain, and it's just not been available to us. Anyway, all the putty, it's just hanging in there really nice. Now we did have a situation here, and Victor has now gone in and built that all up so that it slides together better. It was pretty obvious when he started making the marks that we had kind of a lip going down there that was probably paralleling a piece of, or a line of AAC all the way down. And Eddie's got the outside done. He's just doing the finish. Okay, and we're at that stage. We need nothing but skilled labor now.
Yeah.
And we've been kind of hanging on, you know, loyalty, you know, all that stuff. But at the end of the day, this is a business.
Yeah.
And it's time for us to, we're going to lay off 2 guys.
Yeah.
So that saves us about 800 pesos a day,
yeah.
which then allows us to use our massoons maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 days more.
Yeah.
So that's going to be the goal here.
Right,
It's unfortunate, but all things do come to an end.
Yeah.
And our driveway and fence here, it's just not drying out, guys.
No, yeah.
So I don't know what we're going to do here, but the basic message is we have to peel down a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. It's hard to, you know, because they've been with us for
Well, 2
a
years.
few months. Like,
Yeah, last year for the garage, and then
like,
this year now.
yeah,
So
6 weeks last year.
Yeah.
And yeah, 3 months right now. So
yeah.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
anyway, that's reality.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Later, Gators.